Welcome to Reticulous. I figured for our first video we'd give you a setup of where I'm going to be working from and where our videos are going to be made from. And we'll start. Here is my workspace. It's in my bedroom. You can see some bins down below. I got my computer that I just built in the corner, and then also a 32-inch TV on the end there. We'll start off here with the laptop. It's a MacBook Pro 13-inch Retina, nothing special. Use it for my portable needs. It's a little annoying going across architectures, but that's fine. Moving here to the main display, we have a 27-inch Thunderbolt display. Yes, hooked up to a PC. I know, crazy talk. Then we have here the Black Widow Chroma from Razer. We have also the Chroma mouse. That's a Motorola X, the Moto X 2014. Got the Klipsch 2.1. The computer, which we'll get into in a moment, as far as the stats and the build goes, and then a 32-inch Vizio Smart TV. And the build. Here, let's crank up the ISO a little bit. Sorry for the noise. These videos are going to be a little crude. Just my first foray into it. So, the build, we have a Fractal Design R5 case. So, pretty nice case. You know, you've got the front swingy thingamabob. In it, I have the Enermax LickTech 240. So, I have a fan intake. I have push-pull, 240mm fans, and then two 120s on the back of the radiator. So that's our all-in-one cooling. Works pretty well. Idles in the high 20s, low 30s depending on ambient, and fairly easy install. I just have a simple DVD. I'm still like optical drives every once in a while. I don't know why. The motherboard is the ROG Maximus Formula 7 Z97 platform. I have 16 gigabytes of DDR3 at 1866. Works pretty well. I like the board. It's got some good features to it. And it's a little spendy though. It has built-in Wi-Fi that works pretty well. The antenna's up there. And I just kind of like down the back I have an AF140. And then the exhaust fan that's generally back there from Fractal I've mounted on the bottom to blow air straight into the video card to help control ambience. So lots of intake, only one exhaust. I think the case flow is working pretty well. It's a big exhaust. Maybe I should put in another exhaust, but I don't want to remove the modu vents up here and create more noise. I kind of like the volume level that it's at. EVGA 750B power supply. As you can see, it's semi-modular, which is nice. I don't like the multicolored sleeves here, but actually the VGA sleeves match in with my Lightning card, which works, and that moves me to the R9 290X Lightning from MSI. Linus reviewed this, said it was the fastest 290X card. My experiences have been nothing but stellar with it. Keeps cool temps, idles in the high 30s, never gets above 70 degrees. Pretty great card, and it's able to play Battlefield 4 at 1440p above 60 frames a second, which is great. Down here we have the Thunderbolt EX2 from Asus, and that is what's enabling me to drive my Thunderbolt monitor. You basically take the display port out from the Lightning. There's a display port in here, and then you plug in the Thunderbolt card, and it will go ahead and let you use a Thunderbolt display. The only annoying thing about the EX2 is the inability to use the Thunderbolt display while in the BIOS. So when I'm in the BIOS, because currently I don't have another monitor, I use my Vizio, which is hooked up to the computer through HDMI, so I can actually modify the BIOS. It was kind of annoying when doing my overclocking, but it is what it is. And as far as overclocking goes, we get to the most important part, the heart of the computer, the CPU. And the CPU is a 4790K overclocked to 4.7 gigahertz on 1.258 volts. I already spoke about the idle temps. It's high 20s. Load temps are in the mid 60s, low 70s. Works quite well, and I am incredibly happy with how the system turned out. This was my first PC build, and I figured I'd do it right, so I waited until I was going to be able to afford to do it right. And the only problem I have with the build, or maybe what I would have done differently, is optimize the colors. It's a little mismatch of everything. I just kind of got things that were on sale, or components I liked, but as you can tell, we've got red, we've got blue, yellow. It's all over the place, but it's kind of a mishmash. I like it to a certain degree. I've thought about maybe in the future replacing the RAM with something else. For some reason, the RAM is not compatible with the motherboard, so there's no XMP profiles. It's a little annoying, but it's still running at 1866, so that's fine by me. What I might do is try to paint here on the Lightning and change that to red, and then sleeve all my cables, or get new cables, and then that way make a red build. The only problem, of course, is the Enermax has a blue LED, and it is what it is. I could try to take off the heatsink and see what I can do about replacing it with a red LED, and that might be kind of cool. But eventually I'm going to be going with an EK water block and do a complete custom loop and water cool my Lightning, and maybe put in another Lightning. These are all down the road, and these are sort of the exciting things I want to bring to the channel. But anyway, that's the intro to the desk and the workspace. I like it. It works pretty well for me. Ticks all the boxes, and it's a fun gaming machine to play on. And I know these videos are rough, and I'm still waiting for some equipment to make it better, but I figured I wanted to get a video out there and see what kind of input I was getting and what kind of suggestions you all had. So please leave any comments if you have any questions, suggestions, criticism, and I'll try to be responsive and get this channel in a good way. If you like this one and you want videos like this, I know it's hard, I only have one video up, but if you could subscribe, that'd be great. I hope to look back at this video in the future and laugh at how ridiculous it was, but thank you for watching Reticulous, and see you soon.